What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 6 of our Liverpool FC Let's Play here in Football Manager 2020. Yes, we're here for something that really doesn't happen that often. It's like a leap year, except less frequent probably. It's the Club World Cup Championships. Yes, a competition that you occasionally get to play over the course of a year of Football Manager. We're going to be playing it kind of early here. We are going to be taking on Monterrey. This is only Liverpool's second time ever competing in the Club World Championship. Monterrey, on the other hand, this is their debut for the Mexican side. I've scouted their team. We should be beating them, I feel like. You can see here, Funes Mori is their best player. I feel terrible admitting this, but my only real knowledge of Funes Mori comes from FIFA, an Ultimate Team. Is that bad? Probably, but yes, we're going to be taking them on today. I'm hoping for a good little result. Of course, we did have to win a semi-final in the Club World Championships, and we have played a few games since you were last here. Of course, last time out, that win against Chelsea. 2-1 it finished, was fairly convincing. Of course, if you have missed the last few episodes, do go catch up on them. It's always a little bit awkward during the week uploading Football Manager content because I tend to upload in the evenings normally, but when there's Champions League football on and European football on, you kind of have to try and plan your uploads as a YouTuber. Like, I will never upload at 3 o'clock on a Saturday because people just aren't in. And if people don't watch initially, then YouTube just doesn't push a video to people's, home pages, their recommendations enough and as much. So you might not have seen the last few episodes, simply because I uploaded them at terrible times. But I just wanted to get them out there because I know for some of you, you're going to binge watch this in the distant future. So to you, little Jimmy, who is watching in the year 2021, I don't know how you got here, but I hope you're enjoying the videos. But anyway, let's talk about these results and not little Jimmy. You can see we started off with a win against Newcastle. Good little result, this one, pretty convincing. Troost Kong sent off. Brought him in, of course, this year. Was a bit of a bargain buy at £6 million. He's not had the best start to his time at the club. He's got 2 red cards so far this season in 7 appearances. It would be fair to say there might be a discipline problem, but we're going to try and just ignore it and hope it goes away with time. I still feel like this guy, William, is a very, very good player to have. He's just, you can see here, as a central defender, lots of 14s and 15s everywhere you want to see them. The fact he's homegrown in nation also helps massively. And at 26 years old, and on not the largest wages in the world, he just feels like a good little squad player, even if, as I said, he does have that discipline problem. You can see Oxlade-Chamberlain grabbed 2 goals as well. I really like Oxlade-Chamberlain in real life and in Football Manager. You can see he has been improving for us. Of course, I'm going to have that ever-lingering worry, I guess, about the fact he is injury-prone. He could just one day snap his leg in half, and that's going to be the end of his career. I guess that applies to all footballers. But I don't know. Oxlade-Chamberlain, very injury prone, but at least for us, he stayed fit and he bragged a brace in that game there. Anyway, the first game that I'm going to show the highlights for is one highlight. It was against Bayer, completely rotated team. Alisson, the only kind of regular player to start in this game, the likes of Goldson, Matip, Keita, Wijnaldum, Lallana. We gave them chances here. They didn't take the chance that we gave them. We lost 1-0. It was not good. Volland with the goal. Following on from that, the only other league game we played, one of 2, and it was another win. This time away from home against Norwich. You can see Sane and Henderson, or Mane and Henderson with the goals. I've read the S of Sadio and Mane, and I guess I've got Sane on my mind. And then Henderson scored. 5 minutes later, he got sent off. So he's going to be suspended for the next few league games, which is obviously fantastic. Not really leading by example, but I'm not going to hold it against him too much. I mean, just look how good he is. I have a soft spot for Jordan Henderson as well. I feel like he is criminally underrated in terms of what he brings to Liverpool. And, well, in this game, he brought a goal and a red card, which I guess isn't all that great. Anyway, the next game we had was against Al Sadd, and it was a good little result. This was, of course, the Club World Cup Championship semi-final. And after the first half, I was feeling a little bit sad, but we turned it up in the second half. 4 goals in 10 minutes, starting off with Dani Olmo, then Origi with a header whilst carrying an injury. We did sub him off following on from this. And, well, actually, the player who came on in his place, Mane, grabbed a brace in the 60th and 64th minute, had half an hour to try and get that hat-trick. Unfortunately, he couldn't quite make it work, the Senegalese international. But nevertheless, good little performance by him. And that brings you up to date with what's been going on here. So yes, the day is just coming up to Christmas, as you can see here. If we have a quick look at the development centre and candidates, we have got our first little update on our youth intake, I feel like I should be excited until we get to the bottom bit. This is a very poor crop of players. So if you don't know, I should explain this because I know not everyone's going to have got this far into their save games. Ahead of regen days, you now get given this little overview. It will periodically update up until the March date that regen day is for us here at Liverpool. So yeah, there's an attacking midfielder we should keep a very close eye on. We have 2 forwards who are considered fine prospects, and we have 1 good young English attacking midfielder from Birkhead. Now, I think he could actually be the attacking midfielder that's already mentioned. So we're looking at maybe 2 strikers and an attacking midfielder. I guess that's not the worst positions in the world to have players for. I kind of look at Salah, Mane, Firmino, and yes, they are all kind of in the late 20s. So we are at some point going to need to replace them. Not in the immediate future, certainly. So if they're really, really good attacking midfielders, that might help us somewhat, although maybe that's expecting a little much, hoping that they can replace, the calibre of players currently in our team. Anyway, you can see Firmino is still wanted. I am still toying with the idea of selling him, but the more I think about it, the more I don't really like the idea of it. A few other players had a little bit of interest in them. Fabinho has got PSG interested. Jordan Henderson has also got PSG interested. Basically, PSG just want to sign our entire team. Speaking of European clubs, we have had the draw for the Champions League first knockout round. We've been drawn against Rasenballspor Leipzig. Of course, it's not Red Bull Leipzig. No, don't fall for it. It's Rasenballspor. I think is that what they're called? Let's check. There's a rule in Germany you can't have a sponsored name, so they have like this weird. I think it's Rasenballspor. It's something like that. I don't know where we'd even see the full name. It's a Red Bull team. You're not balling anyone. But yes, we have been drawn against them. Those games not going to be coming until kind of February, March time. So yeah, a long time between then and now. You can see we've got some pretty tough games coming up on the horizon. I think next episode we'll probably do the games potentially against Arsenal and Manchester United. Maybe just the Arsenal game. We'll see how things are looking. We have got the Carabao Cup quarter-final in here. But with this being episode 6 and us already being in December, I kind of want to get to the end of the season without getting to like episode 15. I feel like that would be a tad excessive. But anyway, this is the team we're going to go with, I think. In this competition, we can have unlimited subs. Connor Goldson got man of the match in the semi-final. And part of me's like, maybe I should just play him ahead of Gomez. Maybe we just give him a chance. You know what? We should be beating Monterrey, the Mexican side. I'm going to give Connor Goldson the start. Adrian's in... Sorry, Adrian, you can't play. You can't... There we go. Right. Submit team. We've only selected 11 subs from a possible 12. That's A-OK with me. Worth noting, in Football Manager, the fixture congestion that Liverpool are experiencing in real life when it comes to the Carabao Cup and the Club World Championship doesn't exist because, unlike the English FA, Football Manager knows how to schedule football matches, which is, I guess, useful. But yeah, so as a result, we've not got to worry about that. That is why we're playing the game against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup quarter-final in a few weeks' time. It's been postponed due to this competition that we're competing in. Anyway, let's see how we get on here. We're taking on a very established Mexican side in Monterrey. They are going to be tricky to beat. I'm unsure if they actually won the North American Champions League in real life. Because of the weird start dates and the way that most North American leagues run, sometimes in FM it kind of simulates half a season. You know, if a league starts in January and you have a July start date, say for example MLS, it will just simulate the first half of a season. It does that with stuff like the North American Champions League as well. Please let me know, did Monterrey win it last year? I wish I knew, but I don't, so I'm relying on someone to clarify for me. Worth noting, they beat Fluminense, I think that's how you say the team's name, Brazilian side. They beat them in the semi-final. Now, not, I want to say traditionally, but traditionally perhaps isn't the right word, but normally in the Club World Cup, it's usually the European and South American sides that meet one another. So it's kind of interesting here that we've been drawn against the North American side. Of course, as I mentioned, Monterrey did beat Fluminense. I think that's how you say the team's name, actually. So as a result, we're taking on them, which is different. I can't say I've played in too many Club World Cup kind of championships, but nevertheless, we want to play to the occasion. It is a full-strength squad. I want to win this. There's quite a lot of prize money on the line. Oh my gosh, Van Dijk. Rebound for Salah, will take that. A little bit of fortune about it, but and that'll do me. In real life, the winner of this competition gets £2 million. I don't know if that's the same in Football Manager. You'd assume it would be, but I know there was a lot of discussion in real life of Liverpool's fixture congestion with this competition in the Carabao Cup about, which they should be playing in. And I think the Carabao Cup quarter-final is worth 100,000, whereas this competition is worth 2 million. I know which I'd rather be competing in and taking more seriously. Of course, we've not got to make that split decision. We've not got to worry about both. We can kind of focus on each in isolation, and we've had a good start here, haven't we? You expect to see us win this, but I don't know. It's a cup final, and we're still looking for our first bit of silverware as Salah gets headed through by Connor Goldson. Some people ridiculed me for signing a Rangers player. He is Rangers captain, if I'm not mistaken, Connor Goldson. He's a very good homegrown English centre-back. He got man of the match in the semi-final. We put him in the team today ahead of Joe Gomez. He's got another assist. He's on a little run, isn't he? We'll take that and hope that he can build off that some more. But yeah, 2 goals up, not even half-time yet. This is what you want to see. And hopefully this is going to give us some confidence, winning this competition, assuming we're going to win it. Because we have got tricky games coming up. We've got big league games. They're not going to be easy for us. You saw we've got the likes of, I think, Chelsea and Tottenham in both cup competitions, Arsenal and Manchester United on the horizon. Oh my word, Mohamed Salah. Oh my word, he's chipped another player. Is that a hat-trick? That is a hat-trick. He's done it in 38 minutes. I think a few episodes ago I kind of said, Salah's been good, but he's not really been world-class. He is showing his world-classness today. Gets the ball here, keeper tightens the angle, plays it well, but that little dink. Wow. And that's left me with a tingling feeling. A tingling feeling that I can't quite explain. What a goal that is. We'll take that. Suddenly putting in Connor Goldson looks like a moment of genius. You have to wonder, if he wasn't playing, would Salah have popped off like he has? Salah feeding through Henderson this time. Trent Alexander-Arnold could play in Salah here. Henderson back to Trent. Lovely build-up play here. Salah, what can you do? You give away the ball. That's a bit annoying. Hurtado has the ball. Worth noting, there was a few updates since the last episode of this series. I don't know if the match engine had any changes, so we might notice some stuff play out kind of differently. Sometimes people ask, why do a beta save? And for me, I feel like a beta save is about getting to grips with the game. But also, I don't dislike doing a super serious save when the match engine's changing quite a lot. Because what can happen is in a matter of days, you'll have 2 or 3 updates get pushed out by Sports Interactive, and a tactic works, then it doesn't work, then it works again. And if you're not playing through full seasons particularly quickly, it just feels a bit random. You kind of feel like you're at the mercy of the game. So with that in mind, we're delaying. Of course, as a reminder, Parks to the Prem is going to be starting in a few weeks' time when the beta's over. I'm so excited for it, and well, Salah's excited for this. Barrow Varro tipping it over the bar. Could have had his fourth. But yes, Parks to the Prem. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still excited for it. That is still the plan here. It's going to be good. It's going to be tasty. If you don't know what it is, we're going to start unemployed, potentially with a lower league English database selected if there's one around, within good time of the full game releasing. We'll have to wait and see on that. And we're basically going to be working our way up the managerial pyramid. We're going to jump between clubs, I think, within England. And then the longer term aspiration is to potentially then look further afield, maybe try and establish ourselves in some random countries around the world. We'll have to see how it goes, Very much open to see what happens. Whilst I've been rambling away, by the way, they have scored, to be fair to them. I've got to give them some credit. We're going to bring in James Milner because I'm still trying to keep him happy. Fabinho's picked up a booking, so we'll bring in Naby Keita for some game time. And you know what, Lallana? You can have a bit of game time as well. Can we do more subs? No. Okay, you only get 3 subs. It's not a fully glorified friendly. Always feels a bit weird for a competition to be like, hey, yeah, you can have 12 players on the bench, but then you can only make 3 subs. But anyway, we've kind of cruised in the second half, which is a little underwhelming. We could still get one last late goal. Was Mane fouled in the box? We're going to go to VAR. It's given it. VAR has given the penalty. James Milner is on the penalty. I don't want him on the penalty. Salah, you have it, please. What are you going to do for us, Mo? Get your 4th of the game. Please don't miss it, because then James Milner's going to complain to me. Salah steps up. He's actually missed it. Can he get the rebound? No. What is the keeper doing? Okay. I thought we were going to see some weird match-changing stuff as the ball was passed back there. Salah couldn't get his fourth of the game. James Milner hates me even more than he did last week, so that's good. Yeah, not ideal. Although Firmino to Trent. Can Trent finish it? He can finish it. And, well, no one's going to remember the missed penalty now. Firmino with the assist. That is a lovely little goal for the young right-back. A player who I feel like in real life has the world of football at his mercy, really, Trent Alexander-Arnold. So much talk about, should he play in midfield? Should he just stick at right-back? Does he need to improve defensively? I don't think it really matters. He's a Champions League winner, aged 20. And easily, one of the best fullbacks I can remember in my lifetime as a Liverpool fan. He is exceptional. And he's just a fun player to watch. Some of the balls he pings are just great. There's a few players I like to watch. People who I instantly want to watch a football match if I know they're playing. Never before has there been a right-back that does that. But I feel like Trent Alexander-Arnold is that player. I don't know if I'm being horrifically biased as a Liverpool fan there. Please let me know. But for me personally, I just enjoy watching him play. I feel like he does a lot of stuff that other people don't do. Just like Alisson Becker's done there. And Maximiliano Meza, what a name that is. I thought this was going to be given as an own goal. Meza's been given it, so I guess he spares Alisson his blushes. Ball was whipped in here, headed, and then... it looks like it's hit Alisson on the back and gone in. It must have already been spinning into the back of the net. A few late goals here. And at the very least, it's been an entertaining final against Monterrey. But we get the expected win. 4-2. Not the most convincing of results, but I guess we'll take it. We always looked in control of the game. But, yeah, what a little performance that is. That is good. Bit of silverware as well. Bit of silverware. We'll take that. That's what you want to see, isn't it? Of course, we did win the Euro Super Cup, but I feel like that doesn't count as much. Maybe the Club World Cup Championship doesn't really count either. To me, that matters more than the Super Cup. I feel like everyone has their own little priority list. We do win it, and the board expectation was that we would win it. They're very happy. Apparently, Firmino's putting on a show for PSG. Can we have less of this, please, press? Can we offer him a new contract? No, he doesn't want to renew his contract due to the interest being shown elsewhere. I don't like the sound of that. PSG, if you want to sign him come January the 1st, you're going to have to give me a mighty big wad of money. And even then, that might not be enough to convince me. But anyway, guys, we're going to make this a slightly shorter episode today. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Next time, we'll see how we go, but I think we will probably come back for the game against Arsenal. Well, maybe we'll bundle in the Manchester United game as well. Yeah, let me know what you're making of the series so far. I'll tell you what, if this video hits 500 likes, we'll include the Manchester United game, or if I'm feeling particularly generous, hopefully I see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, other than that, it is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.